What's next, Lily? Do you remember? Because I fucking don't. Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about some friggin' booktube stuff. I don't know. This is the Booktube Real Talk 2.0 tag. And I did the Booktube Real Talk tag, but I realized that I don't think I ever did this one. It's been out for a hot minute. It was created by Books with Alyssa J and Julia Sapphire. They did like a collab video. And you're also supposed to like challenge yourself to film it while doing something that's like out of your comfort zone or out of the norm. And I mean, technically I guess I am, because I'm filming today. I'm bulk filming in a different area than I normally do in my apartment, but I don't know. I'm not like uncomfortable with it.
Jesus Christ.
And I have not written down any answers, so let's see what the fuck happens here. Question number 1. If you could give yourself one piece of advice when you started making videos, what would it be? Get a microphone sooner and get a light sooner. Oh man. For a while I used daylight bulbs, which works pretty well. If you have like a good lamp you can move around and you have daylight bulbs in the lamp, that works just fine. But I didn't even do that for a while. And then I didn't get my microphone for like a couple months. And man, game motherfucking changer. If you're new to BookTube, do it. Like I got this, it's like, oh geez, that was probably loud, sorry. This like fucking lapel mic that's just strung up to my phone. And it has a pretty long cord, this one does. It was like $12 or some shit like that. And then my light is a ring light, but it's a really small one that it clips to like a desk. And there's a phone holder thing on it because it's meant for like makeup or beauty gurus doing their makeup and like on their phone, like with IG Live or some shit, I guess. I don't fucking know. So I just use the light part of it because I mostly use like daylight because I live in Arizona and the sun's out like all the fucking time. But yeah, do that, because I'm telling you right now, you could have just the greatest little personality and be so eager and so funny and engaging or smart and clever, whatever, all the great things. But if people can't really see you and they can't hear you, they're not going to want to watch your videos. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. You don't have to get anything all super fancy. The thing I got was like maybe $20. Number 2, what are your thoughts on cancel culture? I have talked about this before a few times. My thoughts on cancel culture are that it has gotten so like bastardized, like what cancel culture means. People cry cancel culture the minute that someone is critiquing something, or the minute someone is calling some bullshit out. There are people who want to be like, oh my God, cancel culture at it again. Like, that's not, no. I don't know. I just think there are certain things that people do need to be fucking called out on, whether it's a company, an individual, whatever. And the amount of times that someone is actually canceled and like they lose their thriving business or they lose views forever and they never have a comeback, it's very small. It's so very fucking small. So I'm kind of just like, shut up about it. But on the flip side, there are people who try to cancel someone over the dumbest shit, where maybe someone just slipped up and said something that was like a little insensitive, but not like some overt like racist shit or something. When you could just have a conversation, you know? You could just tell someone like, hey, I really like how you said that, or how you said that sounded a little insensitive. You might want to rethink that or whatever. And they want to just throw all this shade and spill all this tea and blah. And it's exhausting. Book Twitter is exhausting. And that is why I have pulled away from it a little bit because of that. But I don't even think that's like cancel culture. I see that as like defensiveness culture and like attacking culture. That is like a different thing to me. Number 3, do you consider BookTube to be a welcoming community? Yes, I absolutely do. I totally realize, and it's very valid, that there are problems within any kind of popularity contest platform, which That's what this is. Yeah, we're talking about books, but it's YouTube and it's a popularity contest. That's what it boils down to. And I think some people get upset about that, which you have every right to be upset about it, but like, that's the reality. The reality is you're putting your face out there. It's a visual medium. So like I said, if people can't fucking see you or hear you, you're probably not gonna get that many views, or you're probably not gonna grow your channel all that much, because it's a visual thing. And if you are a super aesthetically pleasing person, not even necessarily that you're like so gorgeous, they're so handsome, but like you're just neat and tidy, or you're a girl who does all the makeup, or a guy who does all the makeup, whatever, and you just like have really, you're just so aesthetic, and you have like the cute outfits and all the shit, and your background is like the cutest shit ever with like fucking fairy lights, and like the bookshelves are beautiful and all that shit, you're probably gonna get more views than someone who doesn't have that. Again, it's a visual thing. That's just the way of it. And I don't think that's terrible, but you know, it can create kind of barriers for some people. Like I said, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a microphone and get some fairly decent lighting. But yeah, if you want like all the professional shit, it's expensive. So that creates a barrier there, if you know, aren't made of money. And internal and unconscious bias can play a huge role in it as well. I don't think people aren't welcoming, but I do think that a lot of times people have this unconscious bias and they like to see faces that are similar to theirs. You know, I don't think most people, like I said, it's unconscious, I think, for most people. I don't think most people are like, I'm white and I only want to watch white booktubers. I hope that's not the fucking case for most people. I don't believe it is. I'm sure there are plenty who are like that. But for the most part, I don't think that's how it is. But I think they just don't always keep themselves conscious of this, and they don't go seek out POC booktubers. And then also, the motherfucking algorithm can fuck people's shit right up. Like 100%. Like if you're searching for something on BookTube, you know, in the YouTube search bar, it's gonna more than likely show you a lot of white faces. I've done it before, I've tested it before, and yeah, it's a thing. So I don't necessarily think that the community itself is unwelcoming, but it's more of, I think, just the platform of YouTube and a visual platform. I think it can create barriers for people, and the algorithm and all that shit. I think it can create barriers for people. But generally speaking, the community itself, the people who are in the community, I think they're pretty welcoming. Of course, you've got your bad eggs in anything, and it's always worth having these conversations and talking about the issues that are there and the biases that are present. But I don't think that means that the whole community is unwelcoming. Number 4, what are your thoughts on booktube consumerism? Do you feel pressured to buy books? And I feel like an anomaly in this regard. When I first joined BookTube, did I buy more books than I had previously and than I do now? Yes. But it wasn't because I felt pressured or I felt like I had to. I was just so fucking jazzed. Like, my love for reading has been my entire life, but there were quite a few years in my adulthood where I kind of... Ma'am, can you hear her snoring? She snores like that. It's so funny. But yeah, I didn't feel like, oh God, I have to have all these books to be on BookTube. I just was reinvigorated with my love for reading, and so I was like, oh, I just want to buy all these things I'm hearing about. I'm hearing about all these books. I discovered this new place where I can get all these recommendations, and these books sound amazing, so let me buy them. That was really what it was. And that still is what it is for me to this day. Like, I don't know. I've just never been one to be that influenced by peer pressure type things. I don't know. I think book consumerism, it's a very personal thing, whether or not you buy books. Some people don't like to own books, or they only like to own their favorite books, and that's fine. Some people like to just buy everything they hear about. They don't care if they've ever read it, or if they don't know if they're gonna like it, they wanna buy it. And like, or some people just like to collect different collections, you know what I mean? Mara at Books Like Whoa, she has this whole cloth bound, the penguin, whatever the fuck, they're beautiful, and she is a book collector. And however anybody wants to spend their own goddamned money is none of my business. And how I want to spend my money is none of anybody else's business. And that's kind of how I feel about it. I have kind of an aversion. I've seen some people talk about like feeling pressure to buy books and admitting like it was pressure I was putting on myself. When people try to put that pressure and blame that pressure on the community, it really irritates me when they're like, all these booktubers making people feel like they have to spend all this money, blah, 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 like you're not gonna be popular unless you buy all these books. I call bullshit because I've never fucking seen a goddamned person on BookTube be like, you need to buy all these books or you're stupid. Like never putting that message out there at all. Like I don't understand. So when I see people try to blame it on like, oh, the booktubers are making me feel like I have to spend this money, or I went broke because all these booktubers put pressure on me to buy all these books. That's a you problem. Like that was a life choice that you made. That was irresponsibility on your part. And of course you can have things in your life that are, you know, cause you to be irresponsible or cause you to be more susceptible to this pressure, but like it's on you. And I don't know, that's how I feel about it. Somebody's probably gonna get mad, but whatever. Number 5, would you consider yourself a critical reader or reviewer? I don't know. I think I can be. Yeah, that's like such a cop-out answer, but I think I can be. There are just so many elements of a book that can work or not work. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm not necessarily a critical reader, but I can just be really nitpicky about things I don't like. Number 6, do you take part in readathons? What are your thoughts on them? I used to take part in all the fucking readathons. And I love readathons, I really do. Like I love the concept, and so many of them are just like so fucking creative. It's a great way to connect with people. It's a great way to be more involved in the community and to like find new people that maybe are your people, right? But also, I'm such a fucking mood reader and I kind of burnt myself out on readathons. Number 7, recommend a book with a topic or issue that you are passionate about. I'm trying to think of something like new to say that I haven't said before. I mean, most of the shit that I read is like fantasy, so I wouldn't necessarily say that it's dealing with a topic that I'm passionate about. I feel lightheaded. I need to eat fucking food. Do I read? Have I read books? I'm just gonna be boring as fuck and recommend City of Girls yet again. And this book has like various themes, but one theme throughout is feminism, but mostly like specifically, I guess, like sexual freedom and sexual liberation. And this is also a theme in her other book that I have read, The Signature of All Things, and which is set in a different time period, but definitely delves into just women's sexuality and figuring that out and being okay with feeling sexual, I guess. And yeah, I don't know, that's something that I think is a worthwhile topic. And then you're supposed to tag 3 friends. I know Ola has done this. I don't know who else has done it, but I'm gonna tag Donna at Donna Tsundoku. I'm gonna tag Ashley at Doesn't Have a Degree in Reading. Jessie, what is your channel name? Oh, I suck at life. Jessie May is literally the channel name. I'm so sorry. There we go. That is all. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.